Um, yeah, so this is a little bit different. Góðan daginn, or rather góða kvöldið. Hello. This is the Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur. I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog chat type of thing where I talk mainly about yarn, about knitting, crocheting, anything fiber related. Called the Project Pal because I have projects, they're in piles, and I just keep adding to them. Also talk quite a bit about the weather because stereotypical middle-aged human being. And because I live in Iceland, I do also chat about our volcanoes when they are active and being bad neighbors. And yeah, this is a little bit different from usual because it is New Year's Eve, and side note, I absolutely fell for these earrings, but they are heavy. I am not used to wearing heavy earrings, but this is literally once in a lifetime that I'm gonna be wearing these, so yeah, I'm gonna. But yeah, hello. Well, like we say in Iceland, gleðileg nýtt ár og takk fyrir það gamla. Happy New Year and thanks for the old. So, it's actually, 10 minutes to 8 in the evening. I was gonna film this like, would you believe me if I said about 8 hours ago? And I didn't. Because why not? So, oh yeah, we got a bit of weather on top of everything else. So yeah, I literally have found a ring light, something I probably should have been using this past year. I also busted up my microphone because why in the world don't I use the things that I have? That's mysteries of life. But yeah, so it's so weird in English. It's called New Year's Eve. In Iceland it's Gamlárskvöld. Literally means Old Year Eve. So call it New Year's Eve is like weird. It's just weird. But yeah, it's gonna be a little different for us here in the east of Iceland this year because the weather decided to get windy, meaning that we probably won't be able to blow up a lot of fireworks, but that's okay. We still got the 13th nights, 13 dagar. That would be on the 6th of January, the old Christmas day, following the, what is it, the Julian? The old calendar year. So yeah, we celebrate that. That's the 13th night. That is when the Yule lads are all gone. They have returned to their home up in the mountains with their mother Gela, their father Leppalúði, and the family cat, the Yule cat. And that is Old Christmas. That is when Christmas is officially 100% over. That's when you take down, basically your last chance to take down the Christmas decorations, the one that are Christmas, and there's a bonfires, and the last legal chance that you have to burst out the fireworks. So there's that. Still have that. But yeah, instead of rambling on about that, oh yeah, other thing, she says, continue to ramble. Speaking of the volcanoes, I would not be surprised if the same active area that has been active for the past 3 years would be active around about the time that I dropped this video, because it started to expand straight away. So it's either today, tomorrow, next couple of days. I am so glad I am nowhere near that area. I'm like as pretty much as far away as you can be while still being on the same island. It's like but yeah, so it is the last day, the last evening of the year. Um, and you know, I have this thing called the project pile. That I started mainly because I rediscovered my love of knitting, of crocheting, and just what a nice hobby it is. And the fact that I found this community on YouTube that allows me to just ramble on when I want to, about knitting, about crocheting, about finding this fabric store, having this experience, trying this out. Meaning that I have a lot of yarn. I'm yeah, so I definitely have a lot of yarn, which is nice when I need surprise gift for someone that who I know likes yarn. So that is a benefit. The other benefit is the fact that when I feel like starting a new project, I literally just go find a pattern. So not a hobby of mine. I also have a bit of a collection of patterns. Pair it off with yarn that I already have, and I can get started. So that is a plus. The downside is that yeah, I think you can imagine. But being on the positive, it does mean that I have my selection of projects that I would really like to finish. I have not finished the little Afghan that I started before Christmas. That did not quite work out. Still working on it. I just haven't finished it. And the last knit night of the year, because it was only 2 hours, I was going to start on that crochet project bag that I got from the Hobby Advent calendar, because it's simple. And it's really simple. I've downloaded a pattern, I've looked at it, it's really, really simple. I just don't understand it. So I need a little bit more time in order for my brain to catch up and just put the pieces together so I can, do the thing, because I know it's simple. It's just I'm not getting it. So instead, I started on a pattern that is of... Okay, this is another thing. This year tends to grab onto either my dress or my hair. It's like, it's probably not gonna stay on very long. But I started a Christmas hat. One of the long tail. Oh, good lord, I've made a mess. These typical long tailed ones that I wear around Christmas time. It's a free pattern that I found on Drops Gardening Studio. Gonna link the English version. So obviously I'm not using the Drops yarn. I'm using 2 of these lovely cakes that I got from Hobby either last year or the year before that. This is color 22, and I'm using 2 of these lovely cakes. These are an acrylic polyester blend. It's really, really soft, and hopefully the hat is going to turn into something really, really cute and really, really useful. At the very least, I will figure it out. So it's looking like this. Still have to work on the rim, but is so far the yarn has been really nice to work with, so it's a good project to work on. Oh, there we go. Another thing is I really want to finish a lot of the projects that I've started. I need to finish the 2 crocheted cardigans that I've started. Haven't finished them. That's definitely the most simple project that you can do. I always start on something else. The green sweater, the jumper that I started, what was it, in the summer? Sleeves. Still have to do the sleeves. Speaking of a lovely jumper, it's also in Garden Studio. The lasso that I started, good lord, a year ago or something. Yeah, still in the same stages. And the thing is, right, this was another thing that I didn't like. So you knit from the top down, and where I'm doing the increases, I ended up with really large holes, and I didn't like that. So yeah, another thing that my cast on is really tight. Look at it, there is no give. But like, these knit needles, I love them. They are so much fun. They are glittery. They are big. Is a 15 millimeter, excuse me, a US number 19. These are fun. But what I need to do with that that jumper is that I need to frog it. I need to pull back completely and restart it, both because that's the only way that I can actually do this thing. I need to restart completely. But also I've learned a better cast on technique, and I would much rather not strangle myself with a finished project. That would be fine. That would be fun. So that is one of the things that I need to do in the new year. Another thing, maybe some of you may remember this. This is well, it's supposed to become a cocoon cardigan. I am using yarn that I got off of Ice Yarns years ago. It's lovely glittery. And this is actually supposed to be like a Christmas time thing. So yeah, that would have been very nice had I managed to finish it. But you know, I keep starting on something else. So another project that needs to go to the top of the pile, because it's really simple, might actually, when I finish the hat, might actually shove this back into the bag and bring it with me to Knit Nights, because A, it's really simple, you don't need to think, and B, might actually finish it. Another project that I kinda had forgotten all about is this. I am so close to finishing as well, but I can understand why I haven't. So this is the Rainbow Line yarn that I got off of Wish years and years ago. Because yeah, I still haven't finished this shawl that I started, but look at it. I am so close to finishing. I've actually been working on this, like, I think I started yesterday, restarted yesterday. So I've been knitting a little bit, but a little bit is more than nothing. I've got this much left of the second to last skein, so I think this is gonna be my PC type of project until I finish it, because I really want to finish it. And another project, I am not done, and this is just the top of the pile that I am prepared to show you. And that is actually, did I bury it again? Yeah I did. Okay. I'm not digging it up again. It's in the basket right next to me. It's a cowl that I started, I think, 2 years ago. It's either that or last year, I cannot remember. But it's a cowl that I literally just cast on. I'm gonna need to recast on, because again, I learned a better cast on method that is way more forgiving. But it's a cowl that I cast on with a Lion Brand yarn, because I still have that bag full of lovely juicy Lion Brand yarns that I still haven't worked with, and I'm like, I need to work with it because I have it and I have plans. I literally have patterns in a special folder on my PC that is just like, that's for that yarn, that's for that yarn, that's for that yarn. I have it planned. Now if only I could have a brain that could stick to the plan. Not happening. But yeah, those are the ones that I am prepared to show you. Then there's others. But yeah, there are others. But yeah, that is pretty much where I'm leaving 2023. In retrospect, I am pretty pleased with the year. Still a lot to learn. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned in the past year is both being more forgiving towards myself. I know I tend to say that I should be more this and more that, but at the end of it, I am very forgiving to myself. Like, I don't bash myself if I don't finish something. There isn't really a deadline to any of my projects. I'm not knitting for or crocheting for anyone in particular. So I'm not in a rush. And a drawback is that I'm not in a rush, so I don't really finish anything. I need to work on that. I do feel like I've done. I learned quite a bit this year. Yeah, I lost the track. I lost the track of what I was thinking. I do feel like I learned quite a bit about this year. I do feel a lot better. I've also, if I haven't been in the mood to film, I've given myself permission to just not film. Because this isn't my job, this is a hobby. There's a community on YouTube that I want to do my best to connect with, but on the other hand, I'm an extreme introvert. So I do have this kind of like a mental block when it comes to really, like, I want to connect with people, but then I don't. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that my brain goes, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Look at Shane. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I'm going to say about that. As for 2024, continue doing the same. Continue with the project that I'm working on. Try and finish some of the ones that I'm working on. That would be really nice. The only like concrete plans I have for the upcoming year is continue like this thing, sitting down at the end of every week, going over what I've done, what I'm working on, things like that. Updates on the volcanoes, because for Iceland that is something that is always that's always a conversation thing. That's always a conversation piece. It's like, what are the volcanoes doing today? Rumbling, that's one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Continue on the never-ending quest of getting something finished and trying not to cast on anything else until I've finished the things that are occupying my space, because that would be nice. That would be fantastic. The other thing that I need to do is just tidy out my closets, because when I do finish like the cardigans, I am actually gonna need the space to like put them in my closet, and in order to do that I need to clean them out. I'm not looking forward to it. But it's something that needs to be done. But yeah. Ooh, might that be another reason why I haven't really finished anything? Somehow I wouldn't be surprised if one of the subliminal reasons of why I don't finish anything is because I'm anxious about making space for the finished article or clothing. That sounds like me. That definitely sounds like me. So yeah, that is, I think, it. Pretty much it from me of 2023. Hey, rhyme. It is currently a little like 6 minutes past 8, so I've been rambling for a little bit. I'm wondering, probably gonna put this on the PC and edit a little bit, and then see what midnight is gonna look like, because if there's anything interesting happening then, I want to film it. If not, I will film something. So yeah, see ya. Hey, so yeah, it is midnight. So I would like to say thank you very much for 2023, and hopefully 2024 will be better. You know, it has been a good year, hopefully as good, and if it's not a good year, better. Yeah. I followed my yearly tradition of listening to the last song of the year, which is Brennifelvita. I think I talked about last year already, but it's essentially a song for sailors, and it's about current lighthouses. So basically, guiding the way, lighthouses, for the end of the year. And then the first song of the year is which means the year has passed in the arms of the centuries, never to return. That's a nice way to end and begin the year, so yeah, thank you very much for 2023, and hopefully I will see you again in 2024. I have no idea if you can hear me, but anyway, see you next weekend. Bye bye!